Okay, this is a review video for Chapter 12, Sequence and Series. Notice here in the first slide, this is the all the different formulas that we are responsible to know how to do. Notice I have it organized. We have arithmetic versus geometric over here, and we have sequences on top followed by series on the bottom. So notice these two terms, or these two rules up here generate the terms within the sequence, and then down yonder here we have the summation of those terms, which we call a series. Notice in this box over here, the geometric series, there's two different scenarios, the generic scenario, and then if we go to infinity, if the ratio is less than 1, then we use this scenario. Okay, if it's bigger than 1, then obviously it doesn't go to a limit number. So let's go ahead and take it. So you need obviously to know all of these here. I'm going to go over two examples of common problems that a lot of students struggle with. So here are two scenarios that we want to go through. I'm going to show the whole step. Obviously, feel free to take liberty to skip some steps if you want to. But I'm going to try to show everything out here. So let's go ahead and pull up a pen. Um, so being this arithmetic term, we're going to start with, let's put that back, a sub n is equal to a sub x n plus d to the n minus x power. Now, a lot of times x in this case is 1, but notice we're not given the first term, so we have to go with the initial term, which is n, and then the x term, I'm sorry, the x term is the first one, and the n term is where you want to end up. So in this case, we're going to say the 19th term is generated by taking the 11th term and adding d a total of 19 minus 11 times, which is 8. Okay. So if we take the 11th term, add 8 or add d 8 times, we'll end up at the 19th term. So let's go ahead and plug the numbers in. So we got 18 is equal to negative 6 plus d. Let's just go ahead and put 8 here. And then if we move that over, we get 24 is equal to 8d. And common difference is this. Now again, in order to write the rule, it's a system of equations, we need two unknowns. So we got the d figured out, so that's good. So now I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to say a sub n is equal to a sub 1 this time, because I want to figure out the first term, plus the common difference of 3 to the n minus 1 power. Now again, let's just pick one of these here. I'm just going to pick that one there. So the 11th term is negative 6. So then we just plug 11 in for n over here, and we'll get 10. So that's 30. I'm going to move 30 over, so is add 30. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract that, put it on the other side, just basically linear algebra, and get negative 36 is equal to the first term. Okay? So now that we have the first term and a common difference, those are the two bits of information we need to know. So a sub n is equal to negative 36 plus the common difference of 3 to the n minus 1 in parentheses. Okay? So that's arithmetic. Now let's take a look at geometric. Again, I'm using the geometric formula, very similar. So a sub x times now r, I'm going to put r in parentheses, why not, n minus 1. Okay. Now, I'm not going to do the step where throwing the numbers. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the terms right away. This is my n term, that's my x term. So the nth term is 1. The initial term is 8 that I start with. The common ratio, do not know, but we know this is 2 to 5 minus 2 power up here, which is 3. So to divide both sides by 8, we have 1/8 is equal to r to the cube power. So again, how do we get rid of that? On my calculator, if you want to do it, I'm going to raise it to the 1/3 power both sides. And what's the cubic root of 8? Well, that's just simply 2. Being that it's odd, we keep the sign. If this was, I'll put a little note here. If this is odd, then we, the same sign. If this was even, then you have to do plus minus because it could go either way. So keep that in mind as well. So 1/2 is equal to r. So that's good. So now to figure out the 10th term, and now a good thing to do here is, this take, this and plug it in for the x term. So we're going to say, okay, to find the 10th term, we're going to take the 8, which is the second term, we're going to multiply it by 1/2, and we're going to do it a total of 10 minus 2 times. Okay, so now we can just type that into the calculator. Now again, I'm going to do this on my calculator here. So we have 8 and then 2 to the 8th power. Let's see what that comes out to be. 256. So this is 1 over 256. Okay. And then I see the 8 on top. And let's see what that comes out as a decimal. 8 divided by 256 is 0.03125. I'm going to put it as a reduced fraction as well. So again, using a calculator, and it's 1 over 32. Okay. So that's a good way to figure that out as well. Okay. So notice in this one, I didn't have to figure out the first term. I just used any term I was given and make it the x term. And I take 8 and I multiply it a total of 8 times, or 1/2 to the 8th power, and I end up at the 10th term. So that's a good way to look at that. Okay.